Hi, I'm Caroline, and I'm talking a little bit about my journey with bipolar again today. Hear the lighter, I'm not smoking a cigarette, although actually the last few days, if I was going to take up smoking, this might be the time. It's Palo Santo. It's a sacred wood from South America. It's used for smudging and clearing energy. Um, Shamans tend to use different herbs and medicine plants to help clear energies if you've done quite a big release, or to help you with your sight to the other realms, because I really need help with that. Not um, so I thought I'd do a video today, um, predominantly kind of giving another side to my story, because a lot of the posts that I do are very much from my I've got techniques that have helped me, and they're not always showing my vulnerable side, because actually one of the major issues that I have now, which I've never had before, is I almost got so strong, or thinking I was strong. let me correct myself, that um, the last year and a half, one of the major things that I've been doing is clearing out my emotional baggage. And I say baggage, even that's not very nice to myself, right? Hand on heart. All the things that I never allowed myself to cry about, it's all coming out. So I don't know how you're faring in the eclipses, but for myself, um, I did a last little blog post on my written blog, and mentioned that I've had another, like, a real high and low. But whereas in the past it's very unintelligible, should we use that word, and it's very long. I've had like 6 months almost building it ever so subtly up, and then like, and then a drop, and then depressive for a really long time. Now I'm having really quick, it's not even really a high, but it almost feels like that uncontrolled high that I had years ago. And what is happening, I feel, because I've just started to do shamanic practitioner training, and over the last year and a half I've been embracing that type of healing modality, because I've been really drawn to it, and the more I've seen and looked into it, the more I've realised that that actually explains a lot of the experiences that I had when I had my major highs. Certainly the two in hospital, not so much the one in university, because it wasn't as prolonged and not as high. And a lot of the visions that I had in hospital and either side, there weren't so much visions as feelings and knowings. And that's what almost confused me, because you tend to think if you're clairvoyant, people, you have this idea that people see, like strict, like see, like we see this, but it isn't the same. And I'm coming to realise that a lot of the last few weeks I've been doing journeys where I've chosen to do a shamanic journey to get messages from guides to how to proceed in my life from this moment. And then, because I'm really pushing myself to heal, and my body knows that, I'm really used to clearing out so that I can come into my full strength and do what I really want to do in my life, instead of stopping myself and sabotaging myself. I've had some quite spontaneous healings. I've been twice to Glastonbury in the last week, and before that I was with a friend in London. And through feeling very awake and really feeling like, oh, I really need to do some yoga or some stretching, I've done some really, really deep stretching and quite odd massaging. It's like shiatsu points, and how I understand their physical slash energetic body is wherever there's tension, there's memories from the tension, and that obviously stops our flow. It's not new to me. That's across the whole holistic field of modalities, unlike medical understanding. But anything alternative, that's what they kind of understand, as far as I see. And depending on how you collect it, is going to result in imbalances in your body, your energy, your thought clarity, your understanding of yourself, the world, how you perceive the world. And over the last few weeks, I have had some mighty deep visions, and they've been good. But I mean, if I was working a normal job and not trying to be self-employed, I don't know what would be happening right now, because I'm not having to try to explain myself to people that aren't particularly knowledgeable, should we say, about shamanic, like the shamanic modality and understanding of the other realms. If you started saying that, then people might get worried. For me, I know I can stop. For example, when I was really high and ill, I couldn't stop. So as soon as you put me somewhere, I'd be so scared, and there was just no, I was present and I could see what was going on, but I couldn't ground enough to breathe, for example. So I know in my heart that this is really part of my journey to come into to really live my destiny, if you like, or what I believe to be things that I'd like to do in my life. But yeah, I just thought I need to share this, because a lot of my posts are really like, yeah, if you do this, it's great, and it's great. And I think a lot of people that I haven't got followers really on my blogs, but people that might like check in on stuff might get this opinion that, one, it's unrealistic what I post, because actually, in a sense, it is. I only give like, and two, that therefore I'm strong. So the two things, either, she's killing herself, or, bloody hell, she's like Superwoman. And I, in a sense, I'm neither. What's really happening is, all my life, I've perceived other people's pain, and I don't wish to ever put on extra pain. I started with my parents, because, bless them, to me, they really were hurting as people. And if I had a problem, unless I couldn't help myself, I wouldn't really tell them. I wouldn't say, I'm really struggling, can I have some help? I have, it left it to it's too late, really, then get sectioned. And if anything that I'm getting pushed to do right now is to trust and ask for help. But at the moment, you see, because I'm working now with shamanic guides, or my guides in the spirit realm, it's almost like, I still don't have to talk. I still almost don't want to ask people for help, because I've got those guides. And even that creates a gulf, because people have, oh wow, you've got all this understanding, and yeah, maybe think I'm just this superhuman thing. And I have like a guilt if I want to phone someone when I'm not feeling good. Or in the same way as I also have a guilt if I sit down, today I'm bleeding and I've been up half the night crying my eyes out. It's probably like the second biggest cry I've ever had in my life. And like emotional purge with the crying. And I still kind of feel guilty phoning someone. I was texting someone on Facebook, and she had a headache, and I was like, "Oh no worries," and that's fine, because I really don't ever want to take someone's time who hasn't got it, because they're feeling good to give it. But I just thought, that's just such a funny universe. For once, I'm like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to ask, oh no, shit, they're ill. And then I'm like, oh no worries, so much love. And then I come back to me, which my centered place is, I am safe, I'm well, I'm held by the universe, and I love myself. So it's, wow, what a roller coaster, and this isn't bipolar stuff. This is accentuated because I've had bipolar experiences, and my bodily makeup has something funky, which I don't think anyone really knows what it really is, but it's, to me, why I chose bipolar before I got born was so I'd get to this place of really deep healing. And I know this is quite a long video, so you might not have got to hear, but today the healing was it was grief from about, I want to say, 5 or 6 lifetimes ago. Really, really deep grief. I have not really let myself, or been able to actually be more precise, feel grief, because I've always had this feeling that there's another side, another spirit realm. When people go, I've got this like, well, I am gutted at the time, but I don't have like a really long grief, like, and that's cool. You know, we all have to do it in our way, but this grief that I felt today shows me that I can feel grief, even though the spirit that I lost was with me. So I'm like, oh, this is new. So the reason why I haven't been able to process and therefore empathize with grief in this life was because I didn't get the feeling of grief. I just didn't get it. And today I got it. I had it a year ago, and it's actually on the eclipse. Funny that. So yeah, today I'm just like in this. So I just thought I'd share. You know, it's completely up to you how you see bipolar, but please let yourself be vulnerable, because you will never heal from this stuff and move on to use what you've experienced to really move on in your life if you don't. Because I've stopped, I've pushed to not be vulnerable, and I've hidden it all. And if you can't be vulnerable in front of someone else, at least let yourself be vulnerable in front of you. Cry, for God's sake, cry, because I already feel better just from doing this video. When I've summed it up and I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm not in the crying anymore. I'm, there's like a natural process that's having a little break from it right now. So that's good. So there's my share for today. Bipolar / spiritual awakening, because that's what's happening right now. We're all shamans. Maybe. At least it's one way of looking at it. Certainly we quite possibly have one foot in either world, and that's fine. Just have to read some books, get some help, get a teacher, get some friends around you that understand that, and then you can work with it and use it for the good of others. Or if you don't feel ready to do that for your own life, where I'm at the moment, I'm certainly not quite ready to use this understanding for other people, but it probably might manifest at some point. So there we go. That's my share for today. I wish you well. I really, really do wish you so much love, so that you fare well in these eclipses. However hard it's been, know that this too shall pass, like everything. And it's clearing us out for bigger and better stuff. All of us, for humanity, it's really going to heal us a lot. So yeah, have faith. Namaste.